This is Sebastian for the Metal Meltdown, and today I have the pleasure to be joined by
Chris Ojeda of Byzantine.
I want to congratulate you on Harbingers, a captivating album. How excited or anxious are you about its release on the 13th of June?
I'm extremely excited. It will be 8 years since we've released our last album, so it's been a very long gap. One that normally, if you go 8 years, you forget how to write music or the fans forget you. But I feel like the excitement around this album has been really well, and the music so far has been very well received. So we're pumped.
Brilliant. I mean, I saw you state it's been 25 years on the struggle bus. I love that.
Yes. Yeah.
I love that.
No, there's no signs of getting off, apparently. We're still on it.
This is good. I haven't listened to the album. I think it's exceptional. One of my favorites of the year.
Thank you.
You're definitely on the bus now, yeah?
Yeah.
What's the feedback been like to Floating for Sanfima? A song that really tells the future, yeah?
Yeah, that song, that was our first single. And we felt it was a great Byzantine starter song for people to digest a new album. We didn't want to come out with anything really crazy and technically involved, so it's kind of a meat and potatoes song. It's got 5 fucking riffs. It's about, we wrote it about AI taking over humanity and becoming sentient and deciding to eradicate us and enslave us. So, yeah, we thought it would be a fun introduction to the new album. And then the second song we put out was The Unobtainable Sleep, which got a little bit more progressively technical.
Yeah, the theme of Floating is like, I've been saying for years, like, has no one ever watched fucking Terminator?
Right. Exactly.
It's just unbelievable, wasn't it? Crazy days.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy Irene and A Place We Cannot Go.
Thank you.
Which is the second track. Well, you get your opening and then that one. But which track on the album are you most proud of?
To be honest, Irene was the one that that was the last one we wrote, and we felt like the album needed a good closer. So that was the song that 3 of us collaborated on. We had to do the most amount of work and rearranging. Peter Witcher's our producer who founded Soilwork. He jumped in and moved things around. So that song I'm really proud of. And it's got all of us singing on it. I'm really excited about how that song turned out. I'm a little worried that our hardcore heavy fans won't like it, but it has a lot of emotion. So you like it, I like it. I'm proud of it.
On release day, then, do you plan to do have a release party and maybe do a live stream or anything?
Yeah, so we actually don't have any show booked that weekend. We're playing the weekend before that. But I think you're the second person I've talked to this week that said a live stream, and I think that would be a good idea. Maybe just sit around with the guys, chat with the fans, do a listen online. Yeah, I think that would be great.
I know it's a sort of COVID-19 thing, and a lot of bands sort of did that during COVID-19, but I think people would still be up for it. Yeah.
And I think we need to choose a time to where not only people from the States but people from Europe can get in. Don't do it so late in the day that you guys are asleep. So,
exactly.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Brilliant. We're going to do it, Sebastian.
You got to do it. Totally.
We're going to do it. Yeah,
totally. So, what about tours and festivals? Have you got anything lined up? Are there hopes to come over to the UK?
That is part of the struggle bus. We have had the hardest time landing tours, landing festivals, and this has not been a recent issue. Like throughout our whole career, it's been difficult to get on tours. When we first started, our first two albums, because we started in 2000, we were playing with a lot of the bands that were new at that time as well. Shadows Fall, Lamb of God, Kitty, all these bands. But recently, the last 10, 15 years, it's been difficult. We would love to get over to Europe and do the festival circuit next year. And touring America is very expensive, and America is very big. But I would love to do like a week or 2 week tours, opening up for other people. But it has to make sense at this point in our career. Like, we're not 20 years old, so we can't slog around in a van for 4 weeks. So it's up to our booking agent and our record label to make sure that we're put on these festivals.
Absolutely. So when you do play live, how difficult will that be then to choose like a set list? I mean, because you've got 7 albums under your belt. That's difficult.
Yeah, it's really difficult. We're up over 60, 70 songs now that we have to choose from, since we have seven albums. Yeah. We try to learn as many songs as we can. But typically there's certain ones that always float to the top that are just better live songs. You have certain songs that are studio songs, and then certain songs that are live. So we tend to like to just play the bangers live. Give the fans what they want.
Yeah. Adler from Lamb of God sort of discovered you, didn't he? Are you still in contact with him?
Oh yeah, we text back and forth all the time. He texted me maybe 2 weeks ago out of the blue, and it just said, "We need to write a song together." And I was like, "Yes, we do. That would be great." So, but yeah, Chris is doing well. Chris is so important to the heavy metal music scene. He was one of the first individuals that I ever met that was not only a great world-class musician, but was also managing his band. And he was instrumental in taking Lamb of God from being an underground act to being, headlining festivals. He's a brilliant musician.
Absolutely. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, maybe I know this album's not even come out, but the next album, maybe he'll do a feature on that for you.
Oh yeah, or we might start a side band. Who knows?
You never know. Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, so I'm a big fan of album artwork, and I love the album artwork for this album. Can you tell us a little bit about that, and do you plan to have it framed at home?
Yeah, so the album artwork was done by a local artist here in West Virginia. Her name is Ashley, and she's a friend of mine. She's a mixed media artist, so she does all her art by pencil, and she only draws the female figures. So we thought she would be perfect to do this cover because we wanted, Irene of Athens, who was the first Byzantine ruler that was a female. So the beautiful thing about Ashley's art is that she mixes in actual clothing and jewels on her art to give it a 3D aspect. So the red and the green clothing you see on the album cover is actually clothes on the picture, and we had to have a photographer take a picture of it to try to bring that 3-dimensional aspect out. But I thought she did a bang up job. The original was hanging above the door of our recording studio, and it's really big and it's gorgeous. Yeah,
that's brilliant. I'm glad to hear it's not AI, because a lot of bands are going down the AI route, which you can understand. But
they're going AI route, and it can get very technical, but there's always little hints that it's AI. We had a lot of people on our last couple albums tell us that they thought it was AI, but it was actually Christopher Lavelle from England that drew our last couple album covers, and his artwork is very detailed. So
that's amazing. So it's sort of like it's the whole package, isn't it? The whole album, down to the artwork, everything. Are there plans to release any more songs from the album before release date?
Yes, sir. I think we're supposed to release the third single, which will be the title track, Harbinger. It's supposed to come out the day the album drops, which is June 13th. But we're doing a claymation stop motion animation video,
right.
And it's taking fucking forever.
Right.
It's looking great. Very Tim Burton-y, but we don't want to rush the artist.
Right.
So, we told Metal Blade, just give him the time. We'll put it out when it's done. There'll be a third single.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. If there was a made-up song about your personality, what would it be called? Like a made-up song.
If there was a made-up song about my personality, it would be called "Are You Proud, Mom and Dad?"
Love it.
For some reason, I always feel, even though my parents are proud of me, but I think they always wanted me to just do this for fun. And I went to university, but I never worked in my field of study, and I think they're always been let down that I didn't do that. So every time something great happens with the band, I'm always hoping that I make my mom and dad proud, but never know. No, I noticed that awesome drumhead signed by Amorphous.
Yes. Proudest. I love that drumhead. 2013, 2014.
Oh wow, they're such a fantastic band.
I saw them in Belgium, mate. It was the PPM festival. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
absolutely amazing. And I got to interview Jan on the tour bus. Amazing. Yeah,
I'd love to see them. I'd love to see them live. I love this album right here, Queen of Time.
Queen of Time, yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, that's fantastic. So that sort of like brings me into my next question. And which four musicians would be on your Mount Rushmore?
Which four musicians would be on my Mount Rushmore? Okay, I'm going to start and go very. Let's start with frontman. We're going to go James Hetfield. Drums. I'm going to stick with just heavy metal to make it easy. Because this could take forever if we do prog rock and stuff. Just heavy metal. James Hetfield. Drums. Thomas Hawk from Meshuggah. Lead guitar. I would say, that's going to be a tough one. Dimebag Darrell. Yeah. And bass. When I first got into playing music in high school, I was a bass player, and my favorite bassist at that time was Frank Bello from Anthrax. So I'm going to say Frank Bello from Anthrax. Cool.
Yes. Okay, and as you're a fellow Amorphous fan, which is your favorite Amorphous song?
Oh, I can't choose. I love that whole album. I love the B. Just how it starts out. It feels like so powerful and just
emotional. Yeah, the emotion, man. Yeah. That's what I love about them. There's a song called Nightbird Song, which is off an earlier album. They don't play it anymore, but just whenever I used to hear that, it just sends shivers through me. It's just so amazing. So hopefully then, shouting out Amorphous, maybe you'll get on a tour of Amorphous in the UK.
Oh, that would be amazing. I would do that for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big Amorphous fan. I remember hearing them when I was young, and I had a cassette tape of them. But the way they've evolved, over 30 years or whatever blows my mind, because his voice is so heavy, yet can sing.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
Why you should check it out. If someone hasn't listened to us, they should check this album out, because I feel it, in this day and age, it is a unique experience, a unique listening experience. We have always mixed in heavy with jazzy yet off-time music, but I think on this album we really nailed it. I think there's something for everybody, and it's it's just a really good album experience from front to back. We made sure that it was like a parabola, like it starts slow, ramps up in the middle, and then comes back down to Irene, like a sine wave, which means that when they get to the end, they want to start back at the beginning, and the same motion happens. So, if someone wants to hear, have a great listening experience from front to back, I would suggest our album.
I agree. I concur, as you say.
Thank you.
States.
Yeah, I concur.
Yeah, I concur. Right. So, thank you so much for your time. Do you have any final words for your fans, our viewers, and listeners?
Yeah, especially our European fans and UK fans. I know it's been 20 years since we've been to England and to Wales and Scotland, but we're trying like hell to get back over there. So just make sure to buy the album on June 13th and support us. And if they want any merchandise, they can go to ByzantineWV.com, and that is our website, and they can follow us, listen to all the albums, buy merchandise, see where we're playing.
Excellent. Thank you so much, mate. I meant to ask you, it's Friday the 13th you're releasing it as well, wasn't it?
It is Friday the 13th, yes. It couldn't be it. No, there is no more metal day to release.
Exactly. That's a really good